What's up, y'all? Exodus 1, aka Indigo Sky, aka Trigger Ranking. Want y'all to like, subscribe, share, definitely hit notification bell. Hold on one second. Okay, so I want y'all to oh, if you want to support the channel, hit the Cash App. If you want to like me on any other platforms, go to the top of the description on my YouTube. That being said, man, we're about to get this show on the road. Let's do it, y'all.
You are watching a master at work. Trapaholics, real trap shit. And I knew right from the start I was too much. I'm closer than you think to the stars, nigga. Look up. No need to act these hoes. I simply tell them that they hate.
What's up, everybody? Um, oh, we gotta hit the other joint. My bad. Welcome in, everybody. I want to do a special joint. They say that Iran's supposed to get bombed right now, so I'm doing a special right now. This is breaking news. Breaking news. Breaking news, everybody. Iran is about to get hit right now. Yeah. 8 o'clock. We got a couple of minutes. If they don't open up the Strait of Hormuz, it's over with. The whole country gonna be gone. So we're gonna be looking out.
Looking out across the night, city winds, the sleepless eyes, hear her voice, shake my window, sweet seducing sighs, get me out into the nighttime.
Got 4 minutes, y'all. 4 minutes. They about to hit Iran. If they don't open up the strait, 4 minutes. We got 4 minutes, y'all. If they don't open up the Strait of Hormuz in 4 minutes, y'all, they about to start dropping bombs.
They say why? Tell them that it's human nature. Why? Does it do me that way? I say why? Tell them that it's human nature. Does it do me that way? Electric eyes are everywhere, everywhere. See that girl? She knows I'm watching. See that girl? She likes the way I stare. They say why? Tell them that it's human nature. Why? Does it do me that way? They say why? Tell them that it's human nature. Why? Does it do me that way? I like living this way. I like loving this way. Across the morning, the city's heart begins to beat. The city looking out across the nighttime.
I got 1 minute, y'all. 1 minute.
City winds, the sleepless eyes,
Got 1 minute.
hear her voice, shake my window. Sweet seducing sighs, get me out into the nighttime. For the walls won't hold me tonight. If this town is just an apple, let me take a bite. And they say why? Tell them that it's human
I'm
nature.
gonna look right now and see y'all if they start
They do me that way. I say why? Tell them that it's human nature. Why? Does it do me that way? Reaching out to touch a stranger. Electric eyes are everywhere.
go see what's going on with this war. Well, everybody see what's going on with the war right now. They say 8 o'clock. That's about to start bombing. This Fox News, y'all. We checking out Fox News. Credit of Fox News.
Spoke with President Trump on the phone. And Jackie, what did you learn?
Well, I asked the president how he's feeling about these negotiations with that deadline just 4 hours away. And he said, I really can't tell you how we're feeling right now because we're in the middle of heated negotiations. I said, so the conversation is happening now. He said, yes, of course. Why wouldn't they be talking, given the circumstances, basically? I asked him his view on this request from Pakistan's prime minister for a 2-week deadline. He said that he was about to and said, I can tell you this, that this man, the prime minister, I know him very well. He's a highly respected man all over. This is what the prime minister had asked in that post that you referenced earlier. Diplomatic efforts for a peaceful settlement of the ongoing war in the Middle East are progressing steadily, strongly, and powerfully with the potential to lead to substantive results in the near future. To allow diplomacy to run its course, I earnestly request President Trump to extend the deadline for 2 weeks. Pakistan, in all sincerity, requests the Iranian brothers to open the Strait of Hormuz for a corresponding period of time as a goodwill gesture. Now, as Caroline Leavitt said, the president has been made aware of this, and the White House will be sending its response. But of course, the deadline just a few hours away. We are also aware of a call he had with another outlet where he commented on what Iran has been doing in the interim, instructing civilians, women, children to line up in human chains outside of those power plants that would be targeted if all hell breaks loose tonight. He called that totally illegal. Well.
Okay. Thank you for that update, Jack.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.
Is your keyboard tiny, making it hard to type? Download Big Keyboard Easy Home Screen.
We're just getting some breaking news here about the war. The president has just issued a truth social from the White House saying that based on conversations with Prime Minister Sharif and Field Marshal Munir of Pakistan, and wherein they requested that I hold off the destructive force being sent tonight to Iran and subject to the Islamic Republic of Iran, agreeing to the complete, immediate, and safe opening of the Strait of Hormuz. I agreed to suspend the bombing and attack of Iran for a period of 2 weeks. This will be a double-sided ceasefire. The reason for doing so is that we have already met and exceeded all military objectives and are very far along with a definitive agreement concerning long-term peace with Iran and peace in the Middle East. We received a 10-point proposal from Iran and believe it is a workable basis on which to negotiate. Almost all of the various points of past contention have been agreed to between the United States and Iran, but a 2-week period will allow the agreement to be finalized and consummated. On behalf of the United States of America, as President, and also representing the countries of the Middle East, it is an honor to have this long-term
So it look like they're not gonna bomb.
close to resolution. Thank you for your to this matter, President Donald J. Trump. Again, just seconds ago, before the deadline for attacks on Iran tonight, and it seems like
it look like hey, it was about to go down. They said 8 o'clock tonight. It's 8. That's why I was going live.
a deal is in the making. There had been talk, Mark, all day long about maybe this was happening. How do you see this, and how does it play politically here at home?
Well, I think the president had to do it if he could get terms that include an unconditional opening of the strait, which
Because
sounds like
markets
it's got.
had to look at that and say,
He has to do it because, look, people are, in my latest poll, 51% support the war, 54% said it was justified, but 57% said if he could get a good deal, he should take it. So I think it's a risky 2-week period. because it enables them to regroup. But on the other hand, the president, if he thinks he has a real opportunity to come out with a negotiated victory, then I think he had to do it.
A lot of people got, really energized about some of the things he posted about, annihilation, the civilization. But now he's coming with this deal, Kellyanne. How do you see this big
It's
picture?
the 11th straight year of them in high dudgeon about everything he writes and says. He said he doesn't care about his critics. He does care about getting peace and a just cause here. He does care about oil flowing again. If he gets a deal, the ultimate deal maker, part of how he wins these elections, Brett, then that will matter to people. There's one group that he's not mentioning at all, and they're called Europe and NATO. It's really fascinating what's happened there in a short amount of time. You even have Vladimir Zelensky running around in these Gulf state countries saying, I'm not getting weapons, I'm giving them to you, and giving you our intelligence for the last couple of years in this war with Russia. It's really fascinating what's happened there in short order. NATO's coming to the White House tomorrow. I think Mark Rutte, the Secretary General himself, has forged a good relationship with Trump, but the NATO countries have not. And he's not even mentioning them as part of this deal. This is all about the countries around Iran. Look, this is what we expect from presidents. You're not going to get a good deal unless you pressure, and they think that you're serious. And the same country that sent 155 aircraft in to rescue one of our airmen, if not two, just this past weekend, is a country that is going to do what it takes to keep everyone safe and to push back on the largest state sponsor of terror, but also to tell the people who are relying on the Strait of Hormuz, like Europe, for its energy. We need you to help as well.
We just did this breakdown of how much flows through that strait. It's remarkable. Our oil does not as much, but fertilizer does. It's a big part of the world economy.
Well, it's a big part of the world economy, but the U.S. could sustain a 60 or 90-day war because there's about 20 million barrels a day that we consume. $50 extra, it's about $1 billion a day. A small amount relative in a $30 trillion economy. So we could have withstood it, but on the other hand, I think the markets are going to react very well. And I think, remember that scene from Patton, where Patton goes crazy, and his aide says, the men don't know when you're kidding or when you're not. And Patton says, it's not important for them to know, it's important for me to know.
Yeah.
I think we see that today, that the president was tough, he put pressure on Iran, and it looks like they're caving.
So just to reiterate, for viewers who may just be tuning in, the president has just put out a Truth Social saying that there is a deal in the works with Iran, a 10-point plan negotiating a settlement that includes the immediate opening of the Strait of Hormuz. We don't know what the other 10 points include, but if it matches previous negotiations, that includes nuclear material, it includes a missile program that would not continue, and we don't know what it means for the neighbors. But this has to be a real breath of sigh of relief for Gulf Arab allies, especially.
That's right. The president said this will be a 4 to 6 week war. We're still within that zone. He also last week reminded us all, Brett, Vietnam 19 years, Iraq War 7 or 8, World War II and Korea 3 years of peace. 4 to 6 weeks. I know we're an impatient country and pace of change and pace of conclusion these days, but he can claim victory. And I think the negotiated 10-point settlement, whatever it ends up looking like, this is news, as you say, starting with the Strait of Hormuz just shows everybody is serious here. And I think that this will be part of his security and affordability agenda in ways that are very important.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.
Red Jackson lied to you. Here's proof.
I never made 1 penny off him.
Okay, so unfortunately I had to leave town. But y'all know I live in Atlanta. And you also know I'm an engineer. Now, the reason why I'm super sad I had to leave Atlanta is because the National Society of Black Engineers Conference is this week.
Yesterday, I happened to be scrolling on Instagram just looking for topics. And sometimes I will go to one of my favorite outlets, which is the Atlanta Black Star. And I came across this post. Boss chick status or dating setback? Professional women open up about their success backfiring in love. Now, if you know Instagram, they pretty much post videos along with an original post. Attached to this were some successful black women complaining about their doom in the dating market.
All of these ambitious goals of mine that I've been able to achieve, I thought that would be attractive. And in meeting men and dating a lot of successful men, none of them would ever talk about how exciting it is that I've invested in properties or would ever even want to come to see my house. All my accomplishments were minimized, just realizing, wow, I think it deters them.
It does.
Now, I thought this was interesting because this is Ari Lennox, a lady who is a singer, well-known, in her mid-30s, still very attractive. And she's talking about this idea that men are just not impressed with her homes or her success. And I found that to be quite interesting because typically when you like somebody, you're not really interested in what they have. I mean, you're interested in first, how they look, secondarily, how they treat you. In the mix of those things, some people can be more concerned with your wealth. And this is interesting because if you ask most women, they would not like the fact that a man was showing their homes or their success. They would consider this man to be selfish, pompous, or stuck up.
He's right, you know.
And to be fair, and as a man that's had some success with money in the last 10 years, I felt similar to her until I found out that nobody really cares about that. Women don't really care about how much money you have if they're really interested in you long term. They do care. I'm talking about the ones who like you. Because how many of us as men have found our girl dating somebody else or cheating with somebody else who didn't have what we had? And then
And I got to the point in my life where I really want what I want in my life because I have worked so hard for my peace. If you can't be with my peace, you can be with the door.
Boy, you'll sit your stupid ass down. So this is Leslie Jones. You guys know I've been covering her on my channel. And she's saying something that I've been hearing in the black community for many years, which is the I can do bad all by myself trope. If you can't be with my peace, you can be with the door. Now, a lot of black women have been adopting this mentality since the late 80s. I started seeing it in the 90s when I was old enough to remember. And of course, it can make sense. There are a lot of black men who feel the same way. Here's the problem with this idea. Everything worth having will disrupt your peace.
He's right, you know.
If you're trying to get in shape, if you're trying to build a business, if you're trying to have a long-term relationship, everything that will give you ultimate value at the end disrupts your peace. Romantic relationships, just like business deals or professional school or internships, they all require effort and sacrifice. But in relationships, there are other things required, like reconciliation.
Select styles starting at just $4.99 during Ashley's spring savings event going on now. Plus, pay no interest. Now less than $100 a month.
Play the MVP on Field Deals.
Score your big deal only at Checkers and Rallies. This eats different.
Negotiating, understanding, and patience. There is no way to be in a relationship with a worthwhile partner without going through these several steps. It just takes effort. Now, with some people, it's more effort than others, but we got to understand, if you want to have somebody in your life that is already a successful individual and you want to be compatible with that person, it takes these steps. I don't understand why women or even men who want to be in relationships don't understand that you have to reconcile, negotiate, compromise, understand, and be patient with people. That's just what happens. These are the same things that Leslie Jones and other black women have performed when they were in the industry. So why don't you think that that same mentality is going to be needed when you're dealing with a black man?
He's right, you know.
And then you started to see other women complain about the same thing.
The more educated and financially stable a woman is, the least likely she is dateable to most men.
Now, many women could agree that this is a situation that they suffer through and go with, but the lady basically Explain it this way.
A lot of times we attach, our experiences to our accolades. And I think in real life, a lot of the issue that some of us have as Black women, and I can speak from a place of experience, isn't the fact that we're successful. It's the fact that sometimes our energy and our attitude with that success sorry, but it's the truth. A lot of times, I don't need this, I don't need that, I'm an independent, I get my own. That's cool, baby, get your own. They love it in real life. But they still want to feel like, oh, Daddy, I love you. Daddy, I need you. Daddy, I appreciate you. They still want to feel like that. So I think that sometimes we be so quick to say, they mad when I'm getting money, mad when I got a degree. They not mad at that. They want that. They want a partner. They mad at the energy that comes with that sometimes.
Again, she's hitting on the same point that I already covered. Successful Black women themselves do not like a Black man who is a bragger. Even if you are a Black man and you have all the money in the world, women expect you to have a certain level of humility, which is not the most masculine trait when you talk about Black masculinity. Now, humility is a trait that is seen especially in Africa or in certain European cultures. But for Black American successful men, humility is not the most sexiest thing outright. Being a little bit braggadocious, having a attitude sort of like, I won't say it all the way, but like, let's say Muhammad Ali, being overconfident or being confident is considered attractive. The problem is many Black women do not like this. They think that it is fake. And to be honest, they are right. A person who's really successful doesn't need to go overboard to talk about how successful or what they really have. The issue is successful Black women display this energy themselves, and it is a big...
I think he should have put somebody else in there beside Muhammad Ali. I like your videos, bro, but like, I know Muhammad Ali was braggadocious, but you gotta put somebody else in there for the metaphor.
Turn off for Black men also. So the problem is duplicitous. Black women want successful Black men to be humble, although successful Black men have a huge institutional leverage advantage in the dating market, especially in cities like Atlanta. But at the same time, Black women want to display their economic leverage in relationships. If you see any successful Black woman, for an example, go to Instagram. You will see if they're a medical doctor, they're going to have MD in their profile. If they're a pharmacist, they're going to have PharmD. If they're a Juris Doctorate or a lawyer, they're going to have JD. Black men tend to not do this as much. And they really don't need to, because if you're a Black medical doctor, everybody knows. If you're a Black lawyer, everybody knows. You don't need to do these things, right? But Black women feel that because of the oppression in the private sector, that they must be seen and known for what they do. And it's not like me and these Black women own these businesses. They are basically a part of somebody else's corporation, which could mean that they can get replaced. This is Black men too. Ideally, a Black woman wants a successful Black man to be humble, when in actuality, he has every right to not be humble in comparisons to her. This is important. This is important to know. So if you're a Black woman bragging on your success, you are turning Black men off in the same way that he is bragging about his success to you. You would not like it, so don't do it to nobody else.
Damn.
And then there's the point of desperation that I have been noticing the last few years. Let's take some of these conferences like Afrotech. I'll talk about that in a minute. It's very similar to what the opening clip was about. There was a Black engineering conference in Atlanta. And of course, this lady was an engineer. She was a single engineer, and she was looking to get with Black engineers. And this is the same thing that when you look at these Black tech conferences for the Black nerds, this is interesting because as a Black nerd myself, I can tell you that many women wasn't checking for the guys in biology or in computer science or in chemistry when you were in high school. By the time these women get 30 or 35, well,
if you are a single Black woman living in the United States and you are not at Afrotech right now, what are you doing? Sister, let me tell you something.
That's right. Like, they want to start going to these conferences because these Black nerds are no longer nerdy. They're not skinny. These guys have developed. They now have built out their frames. They have muscles. They have experience. They have financial institutional leverage. And many of these women are now coming to these conferences, not just for industry leads or development.
The dream saved humanity. 1,000 people in an iron box.
No, don't please.
We're going to the front. We take the engine, and we control the world.
This is what the family calls a solar eclipse. Except instead of the moon covering the sun, the personal style of our home is covered up by the in-laws' handmade gifts.
Your first month's rent is just $1. Public storage.
Are looking to get chosen at these particular conferences. And when people started to talk down on women doing this happened.
A big part of what makes dating in your city or in your community difficult is finding people that are your peers, that are not just your age peers, but your financial peers and your educational peers. Finding people that are on your level. When you date someone that is on your level, whether or not the
I ain't gonna lie, I wouldn't talk to her if she was on my level, on my peer level. I wouldn't talk to her. I'm just saying, she's not my type, but respect to her output or intellect on what is going on with the whole scheme of dating. But she ain't my type.
Relationship works out, it still makes it a positive experience. A lot of the reasons why so many of us have negative dating experiences, if we're being honest, is because we're dating people that are not on our level. So they may not be on our level financially, they may not have as much degrees as we do. And as much as people don't like to talk about it, those things do make a difference in how your relationship is going to be.
Let's talk about the whole dating somebody on your level. And I hate to say this to certain women, just because you're in a man's ecosystem, it does not mean that you are on his level. It doesn't mean that. And a lot of women feel that that's the case, but it's not. And let me tell you exactly why. You are on the level that the people that you want say that you are at. Woo! You don't get to determine whose level you are on. I can want a lady, and I can have everything that I think that she would want, okay? And this has happened before. We all get shot down or turned down. I can be literally in Africa, Uganda, I can want a chick. If that lady does not want me, I am not on her level, okay? The fact that these women are dating these men that are not on their levels says everything about them. Yes, those are the men that are on your level. And so if you go to these particular conferences, yes, you might get in the door, but ultimately what gets you in won't keep you. And I want to talk about this with my brother as a pastor. If you're from the black community like I am in the 80s, we had these style of preachers called hoopers. You would know these. Some of the best ones are like Reverend Jasper Williams out of Atlanta. There was Reverend C.L. Franklin, Dr. Caesar A. Clark out of Dallas. These are called hoopers. It's a style of preaching that we know in the black church. But he said something to me that was important. He said, hoopers will get you in, but it won't keep you.
He's right, man.
And in a similar fashion, if you are a black woman going to a conference where there are men that really don't need to date you, they really already have things figured out. And that means most dudes that have $100,000 a year, $150,000 a year, $200,000 a year. And if you're consistently getting men that are not on your level, that would indicate that most likely you don't have what these men want. And it's probably not even a looks issue, it's a mentality issue. And I have to keep saying this, a lot of women who want to date the men that they want are always turning these guys off. It's not that these women are just too ugly or these women are just too big or they have too many kids. That may be the case for some of those women, but you have not put in the effort to figure out what the guy wants. It is very easy for a man that's 30, 35, 40 to understand what's really out there and what he wants and what he does not want. Until black women start to figure that out, they're going to keep going around making these excuses, talking about their success is intimidating black men. It is intimidating to certain black men, the black men that don't have anything. Your success is not intimidating to black men who have something. Trust me when I say that, because a lot of black men that have something don't even need what you have. There's nothing that you have that they want except what they want, which is what you probably don't want to give them, and that's the divide there. We all have to be somebody that the world wants. I start making videos that are not interesting or don't make sense. Want to know what happened to my channel? You'll stop watching. Woo! I have to be really concerned with what the viewer wants and making the videos that make sense, not only just to myself, but to whoever is watching. If you want to keep a woman in the relationship, a man in the relationship, you better be concerned about how they feel. If you want to get into the NFL draft or into the NBA draft, you can't go out there and say, I'm going to do what I feel like doing. You have to do what they're asking you to do. Otherwise, somebody else is going to do that. And I think it's fundamentally a very big issue when black women are in a seller's market and black men are in a buyer's market. And the buyer's market don't just include black women. It is too high simply because nobody wants the product all the time. And if somebody doesn't want the product, and if it's too high, meaning like it's too hard to get along, too difficult to deal with, too much problems,
let's go.
Not seeing eye to eye, well, what do you think is going to happen? That black man's going to do something else. This is why you see so many black men going the opposite route. So many black men are dealing with Caribbean women, even in the States. Women from Africa, even in the States. One of my good buddies is here.
You're learning that also.
It's Caliber, y'all. Caliber, Kalibur, Caliber.
It's been shot.
Why this Offset? That nigga broke. That nigga popped.
You can see a man on the ground in the valet area.
Offset was whooping little TJ.
Last thing I seen was Offset looking at me like this. You know, shot me.
Offset just got shot while fighting the rapper Lil TJ, and they allegedly shot that boy on camera and rushed him to the hospital. These rappers must love going to jail because they keep doing stupid stuff on camera, knowing the cops is watching and could ruin their life. Footage of the shooting is all over the internet, and they say when Offset ran into Lil TJ at the casino, he got beat up bad.
We're learning that Offset has been shot.
Seminole police say Lil TJ was involved in a fight prior to Offset getting shot.
Offset confirmed that he is being treated at a hospital. Offset, who is part of the rap group Migos, was previously married to rapper did not say any names. They did say the person injured was taken here to Memorial Regional Hospital.
Everybody in the industry already been saying that Offset might have a bad gambling addiction, and Offset allegedly owes several people money.
You can't really pay your rent. We come with fun. So when we lose, we laugh about it. We wake up the next morning, pull out an M, and we're back at it.
Like the $10,000 he said to have borrowed from Lil TJ. Do y'all remember when Lil TJ told y'all that Offset was allegedly going broke?
Why this Offset? Offset broke. Nigga, fuck. Oh yeah, I'm gonna tell y'all the street too. That nigga broke. That nigga pop. I'll tell y'all a true story. Nigga. I got nothing to do with that shit nigga in the casino. He was pop. He was panicking. Nigga, he was asking random people for cash apps. He was broke. I don't know where I've been. Nobody was answering his phone call. He popped, trying to run up, chasing. Must not have game addiction. And the nigga said, yo, he just popped. He calling niggas for cash apps in front of me. I ain't gonna lie to you. The first 5 I opened, I'm like, yo, you pop, you waiting for some bread? Wait for my money. I swung that nigga 5. You know how I get? He gets popped. Not us two dicing each other. He gets popped straight to the casino. Goes not. He got another loan for someone else for like $2 bands.
Even the model Selena Powell exposed Offset allegedly owes her over $15,000, and she said he refuses to pay back.
He was like, I did a favor and this is a $10. I was like, okay, what? He was like, how much money can you get or are you buying? And I was like, I mean, like I said in the video, like all that money that I have in my safe.
You're rich.
And he immediately called me He called me back and then he was like, bring all of it. And I was like, I don't even know how much this is. He was like, bring all of it because I have a ton of 20s and then like hundreds.
At the time, not now. Currently.
No, yeah, no.
Because continue.
Because now, so then he was like, yeah, bring all of it. So I actually did. But in my mind, I was like, I can't give him the 20s. Like, let me just give him the hundreds. He was like counting out in the car.
She claimed that she fears for her life after she recorded him allegedly threatening her on camera for the money.
What? That shit sweet. I thought that was sweet as shit. I ain't sweet, mama. My mama, that. My mama thought she said something one time I did.
Offset has been rumored to be playing with a lot of people money.
Call me back. Come see you on cafe. I'm doing sweet car. So I was doing that. They want to reply to that. My fault.
Do y'all remember when Lord TJ posted the screenshot? Offset getting into it over the $10,000 that he owed him, and Offset was allegedly trying to fight over the money.
What's going on? Looking at me like, shout me, blah, 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 right? I don't give a damn. Did I shoot up? Crazy. I won't say he was never crazy like that. It's like, that's Offset. You know your money? Ask Offset.
This is like your bro, you trying to get smacked. They said, get it back in blood. Say, nigga.
And you think I bet the next thing Dale's about to get me back about 500 that I lost?
I'll be honest with you. What that guy do, give me that mama.
Oh, just chill. How you doing? Oh, it was good. Regular day, regular smack. Lay around the house, laying in the bed, chilling, cooking food. Regular snaggle. I just, just lay around the house and cook food. That's it. That's about it. What about you? What up, bro? I'm on the phone. One of my little chicks. But what's up, bro? What's up? What's going on? I got the mute button on. What's up? What's happening? What's happening? It was okay. It wasn't that bad. It wasn't hot. It wasn't like a real summer day in Georgia. Cause summer days in Georgia, boy, you could be ooh. Yeah, summer days in Georgia. Yeah. I was waiting on this Trump shit to go down, but Trump got there. He fell back right at the end. Trump was supposed to destroy the whole country of Iran at 8 o'clock, but I was online to try to, see if he was gonna do it, but he didn't do it. Yeah, cause I know once he do that, they gonna start shooting back at us. So I already knew like they got missiles that could hit California at least, the West Coast. So I was worried about my people on the West Coast. hmm Nah, I'm from Florida. I'm from Jacksonville for 26 years, off and on. hmm Uh, probably about would say, for real, like 2 years. Um, yes. Yeah, I smoke weed, I smoke weed. I smoked a little bit earlier. It is what it is. Oh yeah, I do all that. hmm Yeah, I do all of that. What about you? Oh, okay. Yeah. hmm Oh, okay. Yeah, you gonna show me how to do all. You gonna show me how to do all of that. You gonna show me how to do that. No, I'm serious. You laughing? I'm dead ass serious. You joking and shit. For real. Okay. Let's go. hmm What about you? Oh, okay, cool. Okay. So, any questions? Oh, you did. I know you played basketball. Oh, okay. And now you was cutting the little thing down. You a coach or something now? What team you play for? Oh, okay. hmm Okay, cool, cool. Mm, I feel. Mm, mm,
Well, that's kind of interesting.
mm-hmm.
Not good. Sure, shape you and have an impact on your
Yeah,
life.
20 years. It made me a better person. It made me look twice. Even though I got one, it made me look twice.
Yeah, that's understandable.
hmm
Well, as long as you don't have a leg hopping out of it, I guess we good.
Oh, okay, we good, we good. I see you one. ain't seen no picture. Oh, yes, you did. Yes, you did. You did. Yeah, you sent me a picture. Send me some. Let me see what your. Hey, let me see what your feet look like.
Why you want to see my ugly feet?
They ugly.
No. Not at all, buddy. Don't get excited.
You about to get me excited talking about they ain't ugly. Stop playing with me.
Oh, well, your eye look like an eye.
It do. I'm saying I'm a little cocky. I'm a little cocky, but it's there. It's there. I see what you look like. Look like an 80s heartthrob. Hmm. How old you is again?
43.
Oh, okay. You 43. All right, baby. Yeah, you fine though. I like the way you look though.
Thank you.
You look like
I do my best to take care of myself.
you look like Nina Simone. Hmm. I wish I could be next to you. Hold on, baby. Hold on, baby. Hey, y'all kicking me in the Karma Cafe. I want y'all to like, subscribe, share, definitely hit notification. Peace, and definitely one. I'll be back.